Hello everybody and welcome to Sealander Gaming. So we are gonna be taking on the Rat Race challenge, and I will shortly go through our settings, and then we will start the gameplay. In terms of mods, we have a daily report journal, mini health panel, more description for trades. Not sure how useful it is, but I'm a little bit unsure if this one proximity inventory is actually allowed, but I've checked that we can actually disable it if necessary. We have got the resting status prompt, and we got switch stats and what can I craft. I don't really see the value of these, but now I'm used to having playing with those, so I'll just keep them on, but not sure we're actually gonna be using them too much. Let's go back and check the actual settings. We will be playing with 1 hour days and be spawning in at Rosewood. So time 1 hour days and July 9th. We will be having all the usual settings according to the Rat Racing settings, and yeah, 16x 4x4. Loot is set to the low, and yeah, just the usual stuff as anyone is playing with. No difference there. Erosion speed slow and abundance poor and so on. Let's go through them here. Vehicles, all that stuff here is standard settings for the Rat Race, so yeah, let's progress one step more. Our build is a little bit unusual probably, but I made a video called episode 0 describing the build, if you want to look further into that. And basically the plan is to be killing for loot, targeted hitting. So we won't be like taking on huge cities and stuff like that early on. We will be primarily be living in rural areas and basically get booked up and get the easy loot. Our first chase will be getting a hexor and some mining item like the club hammer or pickaxe and so on. We come in with probably a little bit unusual slow learner and reluctant fighter, but have +1s in everything else except short plant, which would be kind of nasty to level up, but let's have some fun with that. And we come in with strong and fitness on 9, so that's pretty strong. I unlocked the old clothing, by the way, just to get the right cap. This one, since we are Bodhi Giselle, so now we got a cap with our name, and we have sunglasses with prescription sunglasses as well. So it's only a visual difference. It's not. It doesn't change a thing. Other than that, it's just the normal stuff: jeans, long t-shirt, and sneakers. So, without further ado, let's spawn in and see if this build will work. The plan is to, as I said, chase down the hardware we need, hacksaw, club hammer, especially, and finding the angler, and hopefully also something that gives us the herbalist trade as well, for easier foraging of food. But overall it should be okay. Early on we will be living off, well, the loot, since there's uncooked food and cooked food as well. So yeah, let's go. It's gonna be quite busy right now, so let's go. And we are already in, and the zombies are already here. Okay, let's go up to the fire station and see if we can get some loot. Might be a good idea to grab a little bit of water, but we will be fine though, even if it doesn't succeed in that. But should be possible. So I'll be following a loot route I've just tested. So and then we will go down to the Dark Wallow area where there's plenty of easy loot, especially on this build since we can fight pretty much day one. Yeah, not worth going in here. Just gonna have to be a little bit thirsty. We have another pit stop before we are going into the fire station, which is a little bit risky, but should be okay. On my test I didn't die any time, so and it could be one big nothing burger and it could be great loot. It's kinda it's so random, so you don't really know. The most dangerous thing is probably when we are leaving Rosewood, since the volume at a specific spot is actually quite high. so you might actually end up in trouble passing through some trees and stuff. So no loot here as well, so that's super. Not gonna loot this one. I don't want to attract anything, because we're going in here. Weapons is our main priority right now. We can't craft any weapons, but we can rely on branches if necessary. Sometimes we will get spotted at the fire station, sometimes we will not. If we do, we let them chase us and just re-enter once they're gone. Have them open the windows for us. Now we need to be a little bit patient to get them all out. Long. It's like usually like when we're actually spotted, it's usually like 7 or so. Sure, we pick them all up. And let's re-enter. The reason I'm sneaking a little bit is because down here there's huge amounts of sunsets, huge. So now we are very busy at the risky part, going in here blind. Fire axe, great. Tire pump we don't need. Now we need to go here. Another fire axe, perfect. Another fire axe, that's just wanted to see if we actually missed anything here. Okay, so that was quite a strong loot. I would prefer a crowbar or something like that, but this will do. It's fine. 3 fireman axes on day 1 on red settings. So here we go. Now we hopefully don't die passing through some woods to get our water. There are alternative routes that are much safer, but we're going all in. So let's see how it works out. It's day 1 after we're not fully invested just yet. Soon we will be though. Let's just go. We might take a short break. There is a chance of survivor groups later on. when we come to this area, you need to be kind of careful if you want to try to follow this route, because the volume of sets coming can quickly get you in the center of huge numbers. So we will need to cut off, go up here among the trees. It's slightly risky, but it's not something I do on a after day one, basically. It's just for now. And this is where you do not want to re-enter too early. It's up here you need to go. No sets, please. Perfect. Step 1. And then we are out of the woods, so to speak. Now we come to our first 3 targets, and actually 4. The other one is a little bit away, but we will be able to loot 4 locations here before sleep time. Probably even have a fair chance to actually get relocated to another area as well, but that's on the more risky side, as you are like running quite a bit to get to that area. But we don't have a lot of to do with this guy, since we have slow learner and stuff, so running around trying to forage up and something like that, I would like to avoid that for now anyway. But the few levels on the lower levels on foraging is quite easy, even with slow learner. In fact, it takes you longer time to read the book and then actually leveling up. Level 3 and 4 you can debate back and forth, but I believe it's like level 3 and 4 is still worth it just to do it by the hard way, basically. Since you have an output as well. But the more we can level up foraging just for our needs, the better off we are, I think. Maybe I'm taking the wrong house too soon, but the easy loot is up west here, but there's also the easy loot in this house, so maybe we can actually save an hour in game. Otherwise we would have gone here anyway, but since we have no water, might not be the right choice. Down here there can be survivor groups. I have tried to find the military bag day 1 here, and as we are 9-9, we can kill quite a bit, but axes are quite heavy, but they do one shot even at 9 strength 1 axe. So, but we would be better off with a lighter weapon. From a muscle strain perspective, though, it's fine. Well, not fine. It's 3, so it's 1.5. It's a little bit high, but still, it will get the job done, and they are very durable. So we can't really complain. It's day 1. So let's see. Regarding the looting, I won't loot any houses before we are leaving if it was empty when we came, due to the house alarms. If there's sets in there, we basically take them out and then we can loot, no problem. But we do not want to pick off house alarms. It will completely screw up an area, completely. It could be the safest place in the world. It won't stay that way for very long. So don't believe these can have a house alarm. That's unusual. A cow on these settings. Oh. Open window. Should be have found us by now if there was anything. Gas can we can use for water right now. What do we have here? Nails. Let's take it just in case. There will be zombies coming from this area as well, so now we make a little bit of noise to see if we can pull anything out. There, yep. Meaning house alarms not in this house. But we did pull those guys, which is unfortunate. It's not a fight we want to have right now. Usually you actually get into the house. I'm not sure if we must have gotten spotted somehow. This is not the time to fight. We need our water and food, which we will have shortly, I think. At least we got a water container, and it's not the best, I know, but who knows. It's just insurance until we get some bottles and stuff. So we will head up to the light, to the easiest of loot in this area. We could have taken the fight, but we would be panicking constantly, and we wouldn't actually be so as efficient as I would like it to be. So. Still, I would take this start any day, free fire access, so. But if I had the choice to get a stone axe with the lower damage, but two weight, I would actually take the trade, but they don't last as long as a fire axe early game. Our maintenance needs to be much higher, and it will grow. I will hit maintenance run around day 3 or so, depending on resistance for location or if we run into survival groups. But, then we will actually be able to craft weapons, but yeah, I'd like to wait with that until we kind of. This house is risky, so there's nothing in there. We will loot it, but it will be after we have looted everything else, so we don't really care if there's an alarm. If there's nothing here as well, then it becomes much more risky. But we will be fine. I got places to go if needed. So far 6 hours, 0 kills, 1 million to go. I haven't actually, let's see, I haven't had any alarms going on in this house, but who knows. Could easily be totally 50-50. Okay. I think we will loot this spot here just in case, and then get our water, take the chance, and if it's a fail, we will just move on to maybe loot this house quickly as well, and then go to a bench cabin, which is fairly safe. It's a little bit of a run, and obviously you would prefer not to have any house alarms, but you need to have some house to get into. This one should be safe enough from an alarm perspective. Yeah, let's see. Anything good? Mechanics too? Well, decent. Okay, let's go get some water and food, hopefully. I'm probably gonna be dropping off this stuff here. It's just heavy. Not gonna be doing us any good for in the near future, anyway. can see what time it is here. We started at 9, 7 hours gone, so must be somewhere between 4 and 5. Let me rest before we answer. There we go. And perfect. So we will be saving the last house, I think, until when we're ready to go. And see what this house has in store for us. An apple. Yummy. Nothing here. We need our water. Drink. Fill. Now we fill this one. How much was that? One. That's a little low. They're quite heavy, these gas cans, so I'm not filling it all up, but that's fine. Let's drop some of the stuff. Since I'm always, I will always be able to remember this spot, so it won't be lost the long term if we're actually gonna be needing it, of course. Still be cautious, but we should have been spotted by now if anyone is in the house. What do we have here? Nothing of value, actually. I like to take a pillow, it's probably a little bit... flashlight, very nice. That's nice. Very... with our non-existent screwdriver. What time is it? It's fine. We have time to go to the next locations. So, if a house alarm goes off, we are ready to loot and get the hell out of there, basically. We need more food, so... okay, so... that just made our gas can redundant. Oh. Plastic bottles, 2 liters. I like those better. Rich. And a can just in case we need to boil water. It's highly theoretical, but... and as I said, house alarm. Device options. Usually seems to last a bit longer on day 1 for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it almost feels like you have more sleep available, or you are more fresh for some reason than every other day after day 1. It's not unusual for me to fight like on day 1, arrive like at 9 in the evening and just be fighting all night, basically, still being fine. I should have grabbed a sheet though, but it's okay. Let's insert this one, just try that down. Now, this one was, there was a bit too much sets for us right now. But we will be taking on groups like that almost instantly. It's just because we need to loot for food, because foraging right now is 0 and we would just end up spending time forcing for very limited output, but it will get there. The whole concept is basically to live off what our finds in the early game, very early game, and then we switch to rabbits, but the location needs to be right, and that would be in darkwood, so we basically need to survive for 2 days without foraging, hopefully, and then we will be able to gain weight and catch rabbits by hand. So, not too bad. Now we just need to go to the main road. I think roughly on schedule right now. When we come to the next spot, there will be a few sets, but like 20 or so, but it should be fairly easily dealt with. And then we have 2 houses to loot and a warehouse, yeah, one of the spots where you can find saws and club hammers and stuff, and further increase your weapon supply. Even though that, since we had this strong start with 3 fire axes, is kind of unusual. Oh, is there a survivor among here? There's at least a bag, that's for sure. So I'm gonna grab him got a back and a claw hammer and military boots. It's a quite good start this one. Let's see if we can figure out where it is. Where's the bag? Here. Equipment back. And flashlights can... Claw hammer goes there. Military boots. Not exactly a must take, but oh, we still got this one on us. Where? Now we're definitely good on water. What else? Fire axe can go down here. We are... the kitchen, I always like to keep the first knife I get, because it's the only way you can butcher a rabbit. So you can't do that with flintstones. You can do it with fish and everything else with flintstones, or with flint, but you can't do it with rabbits for some reason. Water. This one is sorry. Okay, let's go. Moving on. If we missed another bag there, it's not really a problem. They will stay at this spot later on when we travel back to this area. But right now it's fine with what we got. More than fine actually. So So if there was another one, we will find it eventually. So, but the plan is to get to the next spot right now and yeah, basically fight our way in there. If it's only like, as I said, 20 sets or so, and basically see if we can find a little bit of food and maybe also get some sleep and move on to the next location before we travel all the way down to Dark Valley, which will be quite a run. But it's if you can do it on a 0-0 from that spot, yeah, I guess you can do it on a 9-9 with the fire axis as well, and a claw hammer and a knife. So should be fine. Next we come to a very likely spot for finding saws and club hammers and stuff like that. No guarantees. And then we fight our way into a home where we can sleep. Still needing a watch and a loot bag since we are disorganized. Actually, let's test this one to our left belt. The good thing about Athletic is also that you save a humongous amount of time traveling, since on a 0-0 character you can hardly run for 5 minutes in game before you're absolutely destroyed you're already exhausted basically. Where we can just basically travel huge distances quite fast, so all saves times and makes life quite a bit easier. And we don't have to worry about increasing fitness and stuff like that. It did cost a slow learner and pacifist, but in terms of game stays, we should be quite fine leveling up. Seems there's nothing here. Let's see if we get some more luck. Not on this one. This one. Guess we don't care about it anymore. And a little bit more. Take it all, as we can't craft weapons. Garden Fox is actually surprisingly okay, but it's not top tier, of course, but still. I don't really care that much about survivor sets right now, but if we find one, we take out the one we think that has the loot and move on. But what we really want to do is get our behind down to the Dark Valley area. Hopefully there's a set in here. A slam here would be quite annoying, but we would manage if it happened. No sets so far. Fortunate. I'm gonna save this one until we have killed the resistance up there. And I think we will switch to the wrench. It's just because of the muscle strain that we are a little bit busy, so 2 cars up here as well. Highly likelihood of what? There's no sets here? Really? There's always sets up here. Why are there no sets? House is at least safe. House around, so that's a good thing. I am wondering. I'm not gonna loot these cars before until we have slept and are ready to move, basically. I'm a little bit confused about why. There's usually a good, healthy group up here. These we can take out easy. So, in terms of not having maintenance, it's not hurting us that bad. We're simply hitting harder instead. So, I guess you can say we have less strikes, but our strikes count more. As you can see, level 0, and we are still not having muscle strain with a wrench. I like watches. So let's do that instead. Just checking for a short blunt or a short blade. Screwdrivers is absolutely nuts on this build. Give me a screwdriver and I easily take out 20 or so in no time, basically. And I'm ready to move on to the next group immediately as well. It's quite nice. With knives though, it's different than hunting knives and such. Then I will have some muscle strain though. Let's see if we can get some food here. Rest first. I actually think we will loot this spot and move straight up to the cabin and basically get in there, take our sleep there, so we are already at the next post. I'm not fully sure, but we will see. Need to be a little bit careful though, but like, let's take it. No food here as well. It's a little bit surprising. Flashlight is quite useful, I have to say. It's a big benefit. I usually like go into the dark, just hoping that I drawed any sets that was down there. So if I don't hear any sets without a flashlight, I just go down. So it's probably okay. Remove curtains. Let's not make a slight error. Let's go to the house first. These ones do not have a tell if there's any house alarm. Down here we can easily be triggering one. But we have time to get to another spot if necessary. If needed, we can. Let's refill the water and get out of here. Oops, we need to check the houses as well, the cars as well. So, let's go. Hi, Insomniac. Thanks for watching. Sorry if I wasn't paying attention. I was a little bit busy looting on our 9-9 character. So, did you see the early start? Free fire access. So we got quite a ride. It's a little bit unfortunate we don't have food, but we will find it. It's not critical or anything, but we might have to force a little bit for that this time around. Should be not that hard. And we actually got a bowl which will help us if the food is stale, if we want to remain happy. Yeah, so I looted the fire department as I told you, and free fire access, so that was quite nice. We are well weaponized. Let's say it like that. We got water and weapons. No food though. And we got a flashlight as well, which is, as you know, quite unusual to have on at this time. So as I said, since we started at 9, it seems like you stay awake later until you have more sleeping credit, so to speak. But it might just be because we started at 9, of course. I'm usually getting up at 4, 5. But this is a very, very strong loot route. So basically we are delaying our arrival at the dark weather area, and where the loot is insanely easy, even on the red settings. And now we just need to find a spot to sleep, and then we will need to force a little bit of food probably. But who knows? Let's see. It shouldn't be that bad. We're gonna be eating 1 hunger items if needed. So if we have to piss him off, we will. So in this build, in some I got dexterous. It's actually quite interesting to replace it with the whittler as well. Getting what is equal to normal learner, but with +1 in whittling, since the slow learner will reduce it somewhat. Yeah, and it was calculated, right? So I was aware that the house alarm was very likely to go off. So it's not like it's worse when you're not expecting it, basically. So in this build, as I said, if you find a screwdriver, you can basically take out huge amounts of some sets. Huge. Just take a little rest. We are arriving to a spot where there will be sets. I'm not sure if we should put them a little bit away. There's a fruit stand there, so I might get a little food there as well. Usually on the 12th, the food will be start to get rotten. Yeah, it's and we're not going to stay in this area whatsoever anyway, so it's more when we come down to the dark value area we are gonna be extra cautious. Basically, if there's no sets inside, we won't be looting until we're ready to loot, basically. And the good thing about that area is it's totally off mission, since there's no church there or anything, but there's a fishing bait shop, there's a mechanic shop, which takes you like 20 kills to enter, and you have very large amounts of houses as well, and I find... Where is that coming from? Let's see, that's a bit... It's odd they're coming from here, actually. Ah, it's the house... Is that a house alarm? Jesus. If it's empty down here, that house alarm took them from all the way down here to there. That's wild. It's basically the same reach as the helicopter sound. Oh, they are still here. Another car as well. Let's see if there's any loot. There is. Take them a little bit away. It's probably just not to run them up to the area we're going to sleep. Yeah, it's probably right. We're just gonna be running up there. It's too far. So, but I think you know this cabin, right? It's where you waited out the helicopter and crossed through the woods, I think. But the first day you can sleep safely. The second day, however, everything becomes nuts. Even at the hut, even you don't see a thing for 10 days. Then the job arrives, then everything changes. Let's eat this one. I do prefer to manage my character, but so basically we would be taking a sleep up here, and once we can see the hut, and then just leave again. It should be not too far away from the lakes here. We are just, I think it's up here. Why can't I see it? It's up here somewhere, I know it. Let me check the map. One sec. Oh, I'm way off. Jesus, I'm used to come from the other angle. I'm used to coming from Rosewood, so. Oh, it's probably at the start of, yeah, it's around here. It's kind of safe to enter the woods here. There might be one group of especially when those where they're eating someone. Yeah, of course I should. You're actually quite right. Why do I not mark it? Check. Boom. It's a little safe house we can go to if needed. Here we go. Enter. Oops. Now, it can have a house alarm as well, but at some point you gotta risk something. Even though we would be fine even if it happened, but I would prefer not to sleep in the wild. Yeah, there's usually always a few. Oh, you can actually get. Yeah, I found an Alice bag once with a special group, like there was 7, 8 or so. So seems like I don't hear a thing, which is kind of annoying actually. No house alarm though, so great. We are safe. Let's see this house is a store. Glue. Let's take it for now. Not sure if we're actually gonna be needing it. Let's sleep. Access 5 for 1 kill is not so bad, really. We are good. It has been a fairly good start. Quite lucky that we got water containers elsewhere. Yeah, I was a bit unlucky on the loot on that one, but often it's actually just the water containers, and I did get the other one, so it's okay, I suppose. I would like to move fast though, but feeling kind of short on food. Since Dark Willow is extremely far away. Let me see. Can't fit it right now. And there's a little bit special event. Is there anything on these guys? No reasons to kill them. I actually think we should just make a run and be hungry, because it will drop 1, so we are still on weight. And we can drop a little bit of this if needed. I'm probably not gonna take the spot where you have a roll as well for a saw and so on. You know, the one when you leave Rosewood, you basically did the same loot on your save. And it's a huge run. We're gonna be arriving like, I don't know. In a perfect world we arrive like around 3, but it should be slightly faster. And since we're not even Pegasus yet, we should be able to actually enter a building before that kicks in. But it's a huge difference that you are this mobile, because you can really travel far quite fast. So. I actually found quite a bit of resistance there at the military camp. But it is one of those spots I will take out. But right now I kind of feel like we need the easiest possible loot just to feed ourselves basically. While there's fresh food and so on, but we will be finding cereals and stuff. You can last surprisingly long just by that, and 2 days from now we will be butchering rabbits, so it shouldn't be a problem. And I can't carry that much right now, so. But it is quite a run. Yeah, kiting can be quite effectful, but I'm still like, I feel like I'm a little bit on the clock due to the lack of food, but as long as it doesn't affect our fighting, we should be fine. I'm gonna show you another spot that you probably will find interesting yourself for good loot. Often you find a sledgehammer or a saw, or it's one of the best loot spots for that. You never know what, and you never know for sure if you will get it, but you get the idea. How long time did it take you to kite at Rosewood? Because you did cover quite a bit of buildings for very easy loot. The only thing though is, I feel like houses isn't as important as you know, stuff where you can find swords and so on. 3 or 4 hours in game is not too bad. Where did it drop them? South of the area, or? Yeah. Yeah, I can kite as well, but it's just very basic to be honest. I'm no expert in that, but I have a more direct approach. I can imagine. I can imagine. Big field to south. Okay. How long do you? How far away tide-wise should they be kited away, not to re-enter again? You roughly on these settings. Some 100 or so, or? Yeah, but I think I'm gonna actually at some point. I think I will check your start out in your current run. It sounds quite interesting, because if you can do it that easy, then you will have everything you need instantly. Instantly. You basically go down to the farmhouses, kite them away, check out the garages and stuff, and then you kite away. It's on the next building. Yeah, we're gonna have quite a bit more here. We will be, since we were this lucky, I think I wouldn't be surprised if we get to once we arrive at the photoing the day after, we will easily be killing at least 100, at least. But it's just it's such a big difference with the strong versus 5. Having 9 strength and fitness, it's humongous. You are faster. You can travel faster. You can hit. You know. Yeah, it's basically. I really wouldn't care that much about books as well, as long as I find those 2 items. With the saw, I trust the trapping process, and actually I'm planning to go all the way into a very, very safe house in the rural area outside West Point, which is the safest I've seen ever. But I'm not gonna screw it up with a chopper and so on. So, and it's like, what is it? You travel there from the hut like in 7-8 hours. Meet no resistance basically, aside maybe from a survivor group, but those are optional to kill at that point. But as you can see, it's quite a ride. It's when we wake up? At 9, I think? 4, yeah, 9-ish probably. So in 3 hours we are roughly a third of the way, so should be good for fighting as well, if needed. I prefer to get to a specific house, but there is 52 sets there, but at least I know how many there is, and and then move our way down to the even easier loot. The 52 sets is probably one of the semi-hard houses, if you can say that. Still, 50 sets is not that much, and it's private. There's no others. There won't be a lot of other sets joining. Yeah, but it should reset after a point, Insomniac, because I think there is some kind of unseen area, if that makes sense. Like same as you know with if you have spawns active. That, for instance, if I'm this area here and I have some, let's say, a survivor group chasing me, and I move them all the way to the other to here, for instance, and just run away, leaving the area completely, I think they actually will reappear at the same spot once again. I'm not sure, but the interesting part is I was almost running out of weapons in a test, and even then I could almost supply. I didn't actually have to go to branches and stuff. I was just using can openers and all the usual stuff. So. And yeah, it's how many zombies are we actually missing out of on the loot tables, even if it remains the case. So. But once you have that saw and that mining item, you are just in a so much better of a spot. The weapons. Like that. As I said, targeted hitting. That's right. And away we go. We are getting pretty heavy on axes. 3 fireman axes, a hatchet. We're gonna absolutely rip them apart in the Dark Wallow area. I'm telling you. They actually will hold us back a little bit, the fireman axe and hatchet, but we will level it so fast, so it should be quite efficient. Let me see, what do you say? Nobody's overturn. Let me see, I have something in the way. So I'm a little bit low right now. So game 15 decibel. I'm gonna do that. Do another test. I did. So game a little bit. Yeah. So it's okay. So a little bit on the sets or the game, and a little bit on the mic as well. Okay. I'm gonna try to do that. That's on normal volume on your side, right? So if on your normal settings, it's not supposed to be like you have to increase the volume to be able to hear it proper. But okay, if I get the point. I'm gonna fix that here on the next stream. Right now it's just maxed out basically on the. What you're saying, 50 decibels on the game sound and a little bit on the Yeah, okay. No reason to reinvent what others already invented. And I am a bit of a noob in streaming, so so soon we will be entering another spot. It's after the lake though, where we can get some more free loot. I might just do this though. Okay, yeah. I'm not surprised that there is some adjusting to do. I was trying to do it on my own on some test streams, and but I get your point because the sounds from the sets do get loud. Yeah, it's a small adjustment basically, and it's an easy fix as well. So so even better, even better. I'm from Denmark, by the way, Insomniac. In case you wonder uh, why I have the accent I do. Almost watching more on the chat than the actual scream. Did these guys have anything? Not really. But it's it's quite surprising that that so many people do not think much of disorganized, considering how easy it is to play around it. Really, I haven't had any issue whatsoever. For 6 points, I think it's a good chance. Oh, you know someone from there? Okay, cool. How do you like? How do you think of Danes? They're quite different as a people, right? We can come across as a little bit reserved, but really we aren't. It's just it takes a little effort to get Danish friends, I suppose. But let's get a proper rest. We are getting quite low on the hunger as well. Maybe we should forwards a little bit. Roll the dice. Maybe we should wait until we're clear of these guys. So this spot here has free loot as well. There might be 2 or 3 zombies in, but that's it. There's a surprisingly amount of zombies in this area. I'm not sure why exactly, but okay, let's get into the loot some more. Yeah, exactly, exactly. But we are more reserved than in appearance than many other than other citizens from other countries and so on. Let's get our rest and loot the next building here. Oh, we can actually get canned food and stuff like that as well here. Or the jaws, basically. Maybe we can get lucky. I really want to avoid foraging right now. Just want to get to the spots. Nothing here. Nothing here. Not sure if beer's gonna do us any good. Let's see. The jar up to me. As you can hear, I have been at this spot before. Actually predicting the loot. Another one. Jesus. Let's get something to eat. Now that was actually quite perfect. Because now we can kill that area with 52 sets. There can be up to 70 though if there's a special event, but I'll know it when I see it. Then I will probably... I'm not sure if we should kill those, but... Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I, actually? Weapon secondary. Whoopsie. I'm gonna fight with the wrench first because of the strain, and we are busy. But after we get those 52 kills, then I'm gonna switch to the axes. I don't really need more than we have right now. And we have the option to drop stuff. Oh, we got the chisel. That's actually quite a nice short blunt. Yeah, I should have equipped it in the secondary. Yeah. Where are we? By the way, on the water, we got our water bottle here. And one here. And a full liter here. We are more than good. Yeah, actually they work quite well, but it's mostly in the early game, right? So I usually like the 2-liter version of this one. I'd have that in my bag and just a Western canteen or something I can attach because they're the lightest of light. Once you have an Alice belt, you can also attach one of them, so you have like 1.5 liters on your body and an angled flashlight on the other side, and then you're good to go. And soon we will be killing like madmen. We have basically been running from 9 to 6 or so. Do you know if proximity is allowed on the rat race? I have the option to disable it. I'm just not. I wasn't sure, but everything else should be fine. But except for potentially that one. Thanks. Yeah, then you are pretty safe. I'm just doing it because I hate to loot manually the bodies one by one. I know you can do it in a fairly fast way, but I find it quite annoying, to be honest. Oh, that's unusual again. What's this? It's definitely a survival group. Maybe we should actually do these instead. We are alarmed. Let's run away. Drop the... I'm not sure if I should take them out just yet. I'm gonna save them for tomorrow. I want access to the house first. Should be able to find them again. This time around we won't be targeted in one, we will take them all, I think. Yeah, and thanks for watching, Insomniac. It's nice to have someone watching, and I'm sure it will be better, but it takes some time. I'm fully aware of that. Just watch at your channel. Sometimes the numbers just explode, especially when the raid comes, right? But your guy is definitely getting into that that killing zone right now with on the long blonde. And now we are almost at the spot. This house is actually pretty safe as well, but you will have to kill 52 guys, so sets, so it is a little bit away, and you can run in and make your raids basically, and get some loot. Yeah, in some like you won't imagine, you won't be able to imagine how I actually got nervous on the first stream. I was like, ooh, it's so different to talk, and just talk basically out of into the mic without necessarily anyone listening. It feels so weird. But I'm not usually a very, nervous guy, so it's a little bit funny. Let's see. Let's go. Time to kill. If there's nothing down here, if the special events should be down here, if there's any additional sets, which there isn't. Okay. So we need to get to around 60 before we can sleep. I'm just crouching because I want to avoid panic, which will lower our... We're not quite there yet. Five or 10 is okay-ish, but this is better. Looking good. Come on. What on earth? Jesus. And let the killing start. So I'm running away when we're in pain just to not go deep into it, because we will actually kill them slower. We will just let them come to us and then give them some more hits. Pain, pain, go away. This is fine. Pain is more. Just gonna have to reset it for a second. Last time with the fireman it took 6 hours to kill all of them. Bit much to go deep into pain. Just gonna be slower in the other end. So let's rest. Yeah, it's kind of nice with the, you know, it's very relaxed with the music going on and stuff like that. Might as well check these guys out as well. Now we're at it. Ooh. Ooh. See. Definitely some kills in that. I can get rid of this pain. Terrified as well. Well, round 1 is almost over, but yes. Let's see. That was all of them. So we needed to get to... Forgot. 6 plus 8 plus 50, so it was 60. So there's more. Let's pick in a... Let's get a few less. Should happen naturally. And a short rest again until they come. I think we're missing one somewhere. Let's continue to clear. 8 plus 52 was 60 roughly. So still some to go. And a little bit of a rest. Still only on minor pain though. So we will get it done. Seven more, I think. Oh, 50 more. Let's see how the house looks. Should be some in there as well, hopefully. Let's use this one instead. Must be getting close to drowsy, I think. Probably. So let's wait for daylight and see if we can check the surrounding area and the house. I do think that's, since the window is open, that there was someone in here, meaning it should be safe for alarms. Now the browser kicked in. Steel rod. Little find. I'll be taking a short break and be back in 2 minutes or so. And I'm back. So let's see if we can check the house out and maybe get the last few ones. think we need a little break. We're waiting for daylight anyway, so... We should have to find 5 more, I think. Not sure. It's not a static number up here, but usually it's around 50, 52. And I would like to get some sleep before we're getting tired. Pain is not helping as well. So we will have to see. We will have to see. I think the house is pretty clear. Kind of clear. Would like some more here. Come on. Come on then. Still wants one. Really don't want to use this one. Let's use the hatchet. Anyone else? Kinda seems safe-ish. Yeah, it's safe. Let's see. Ah, little food here, which we can't open right now. Let's see. What else? Nothing here. Last final check. Then get our sleep. Yeah, seems fine. It's pain. Need to wait for that. There we go. Where's that pillow? That side. Drop this. Not too bad. We still need to find some food, probably. Rabbits in here. Now we got to 60, which was kind of the predicted number. But let's see if there's anything else. And we need to find some rabbits if possible. Let's check the body as well. So we need to keep that inflow of weapons going. I think we will be heading down to the easier loot. We need some food. Seems reasonable. backpack. Perfect. Heading for the loot. Let's see if we can find some rabbits. A high spawn chance over here. So. Rabbits. It's not a survival house. Interesting. this is starting getting better and better. Survivor houses and axes. Wait, I can't barricade. A little bit worried about them removing the last barricade and the door is actually open. Nothing here. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's go up here soon. Let's find some food first. Rabbits anywhere. Don't really see them. Catching rabbits by hand, if we find some. We go to the loot. Easiest spot on the map. 6 houses. 7 actually, but one of them do have resistance. They even knocked down that garage for us, which is quite unusual. Sailoring. Iron bar. Gonna take everything. Oops. Let's see. Stuff. Let's do a little check. I do like this house as a base while looting these houses out over here, since there's a second floor. Let's get in. Let's see if we can find any food. Oh, we're talking. A little bit annoying, it's all stale, but we'll be fine. Let's see if we can get this house looted, maybe prep it for living here for a few days. Let's see if there's any sets here. Yes, also safe to loot. Tuning the parts on. A lighter. Great. And at least some peanut butter. And bread. Let's take it. Food. Now we're talking. Back in food business. Gotta find a hoodie at some point. Let's cook this up and wait slightly. Do need better backpacks though, but fine. Can hardly carry anymore. Finished. I think we will be staying here tonight. Seems like a good spot. Kind of know. I know this spot as well, so should be fine. Once food starts to get rotten, we will drop weight naturally. What's that? Where are you? Where are you? Mister. Probably just gonna piss him off, but quite easy to fix. Annoying. To the windows now. Guess we can come in from the behind. nothing here. And another friend over here. And I already know it's safe to load in terms of house alarms. So that's nice. More food. Let me check. Nice find. Might as well eat it all. Let's do a quick check. Go to sleep. Seems fine. Ooh, rabbit. Let's get to bed, be fresh for the morning. I thought I heard something. Jesus. Where did he come from? Oh, I never checked the basement. Maybe. Let's check for the emergency. Cost. Small hacksaw. Very nice find. Maintenance 2. Extremely nice find. I think we can Should be able to cut planks with this one, which is awesome. Should check one last time before. We're getting quite heavy. Goodie. Nope. Let me get out of this death trap. And drop a little bit of the less important stuff off. Don't need that one for now. Don't really need that one. Let's go. Let's take these guys out, make this safe place a little bit safer. I do tend to wander down here. There we go. Let's see if the next house if there's any sits in there or they are on the waiting list, basically. Scrub this stuff off. Get it like that. Sound of victory. Must be upstairs.
Hey!
Just making sure if it's... Is that multiple doors or... Must be more than one then, since there was a knocking on the door. Yeah. 2 from the bedroom. So romantic. Let's go loot. That should be fine. A needle? Yeah. I'll be quite lucky. Let's see it like that. You really find all the good loot. Except the only... Just missing a club hammer and the hacksaw. The real hacksaw, not the small one. But I need to check. I simply forgot if the small one can saw logs for planks. Pretty sure it can, but not completely. Still need the hacksaw version though, the big one. As we're gonna be sawing pipes basically for a short grunt. Check that real quick. Saw log, lock, and simple wood. So yeah, you can't. So what about saw pipe or half bar? Not sure. Oh, we can check on the pipe we found and dropped over here. Yep, saw half bar. That is good. Okay, so if we do find the normal saw, then we can combine the two until we actually find the real one for weight issues. Like this, we will have two half bars for the short end. There we go. Best weapon in the game for short blunt. Steel rod half. Not that easy to come by though. But low weight. Oh, get into the fence, you little. Oh, second time it does this. Let's see if we can grab him. Why is he running like that? Well, that's suicide. Nope. Food for the day. Probably need to clear these guys first. Do we have some privacy? We do. Butcher. Should yield 5 meat, I think. So that will be solid. But basically, short blunt, the best ones are get the rods and pipes and saw them into half. That's the way to go if you want, Jesus. Bad yield. Let's get some butchering XP as well. So, cooking this, just saving this one. Then we will go to the next house down here and definitely want to get to that survivor house as well. I would like to start getting up there because usually there should be rabbits, but so we can both cook and do stuff up there. The good thing is the house is actually boarded, so you could actually live there. It's kind of good because you have a light source as well, so you can breathe in the evening and so on. Hours. So I wouldn't be eating the rabbit if I like this if I was going to lose weight, to gain weight. I would have used the cabbage and stocked up on rabbit and been eating like a madman in the evening. Might as well use some of our weapons down here. We are so freaking loaded compared to what I'm used to. So much weapons. Voila. More loot. More. Let's see. Anyone in here? Sure there is. Meaning it's safe. Let's get in. God, that's it. There's some outside as well we need to take care of. We need to drop some weight anyway. What to use? That's a punch. Sounds like it's actually moving. It's a bit unusual in B41. We always kept stuck on the box. So that's an improvement. Where is that over there? Or is this the same one? Yes. One last perimeter check and we're going in. Fresh food is getting rotten now. Expected. Choices we'll find later. Oops. And a screwdriver, which is a killing machine. Anything? Doctor said we don't care about. Yep, house is looted. Next destination. There's usually a few zombies down here. We will see. But it's very, very limited. It's safe anyway. So do we have a worse weapon than the... Fiddle knife, kitchen knife. Let's use this one. Let's see. Kinda looks good. Nothing here, nothing here. Check. Next house. So 6 houses for almost no kills. What did we start with? 60? So fairly cheap, and some of them we probably didn't even have to kill. This one is safe as well. Seconds more. Let's go then. Let's scrub this one first. Wanted to get nervous for the war. Let's see. Back up. Guess we use it then. check those other bodies as well. So, ooh, no, see if we missed anything. Doesn't seem like it. Yourself a little bit. You can go here. Kind of forgot if we actually did we rest or didn't. Read and rest. So tomorrow is the last day before full day that we have before a potential helicopter, so I think I will be running all the way to the fishing shop, bait shop down here, just to see if we can get the angler, because if the chopper comes the day after tomorrow, then our safest spot is probably down here, I think. I would really like to find the frequency station so I can lead them away from where I want them to be. Basically, if you go up here, you won't really see too much getting pulled. If I'm down here, they will all come from the resort here, which is like 7k or so. So it makes it quite a bit harder to loot, and the point is to loot easy, not to make it hard on ourselves. Since this is so much of mission, we need to camp up in churches and stuff, not run around down here where there's absolutely nothing except for good loot. You got. Nothing here. Let's check here. Club hammer maybe? Let's check in here as well. So this is all the easiest of spots, but the mechanic shop and the fishing bait shop is actually you need to kill like 30 or so, and then you have full access to both, basically. So it's probably one of the, from a killing perspective, cheapest gas stations you can find. We do need to reorganize though. These fireman axes is quite heavy on us. It is a luxury problem though, so I actually think we should read. It seems wrong to do that right now. We go to the to the survivor house, I think. So we are not going to be staying down here permanently. It's only for now, simply to find some books, get a little bit of XP, but that we could do somewhere else, of course, and then finding the hardware we need. Let's head back up. Maybe we can. Maybe we should check these guys out as well. And those.